Hello, everyone. Hook here. Pillars of Eternity. It's been a few weeks since I did this game, so we're gonna be doing this. Don't know how long of a video. Where was I at?
Steady does it.
Keeping an eye out.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Where did it go? Oh, controls. How do I? Tab. Okay, my chair wants to be a dick and keep Okay.
Keeping quiet.
As your blood flows, so shall your essence. Your life's energy shall feed the soil, and your soul's energy shall enrich the community. This is by your own choosing, supplicant?
Well, that isn't fucked up. I don't know what is.
No one comes to Blood Sands without a purpose. What is yours?
kill him for the god of death. This is somewhat
Silent.
There's no way out. Oh.
Many blessings, traveler.
Many blessings, traveler.
If those Delimgon are right, you and I are stuck with our awakenings. Not quite the news I was hoping for. Yes, focus on the goal. A sensible perspective, particularly in the midst of such uncertainty. And while I hate to turn the subject back to myself, this all has me thinking about Isilmir. And I'm stuck with her now. Overstarched tunics, burnt toast, Rawatai sherry, those are not that bad. But having a stranger pop in and out of your head at will, it's strange. I've lived with her most of my life, and I've always seen her as an adversary. It should have occurred to me the day she stood up to my father. But there's something about being too close to a situation to see it clearly. It will be a relief to stop fighting her. Well, that's a charming way to think of things. And not an unpleasant one either. That reminds me of something else the Delimgon said. About the gods not being real. Yes, I suppose so. Still, I can't help but worry at the state we'd be in if that was somehow true. If there were no power guiding us in this life and shepherding us to the next. I hope you're right.
Slow.
Since when do the gods send mortals to collect? You don't exactly look like the Pallid Knight. This is the trouble with deities. They meddle in a world that they don't even inhabit. I hope they promised you something better for your next life.
Lava beyond sea!
Why does he have a bow?
Rith
Sure.
Lava!
Ogren's fire casts light in dark places.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Alright, quickest way out would be through... Either way, actually.
Stay, as they need. Got him!
Lava room beyond.
Arthur, word run!
We can't stay down here. Someone must go to the nest eventually. Just how are we supposed to worship the Sky Mother from among the weeds, This...
Calm yourself. A dragon. One that has taken up residence in the nest, the true temple of Helia, and slain many of her faithful. And one which Anuin has been in favor of killing from the beginning.
But no, you advised caution. Now word spread that the dragon ate a few of our followers, and anyone willing to slay it wants an Anumphos ransom.
I told you a larger party wouldn't stand a chance. By the time the first half reached the top of the mountain, the second half would still be stuck in the pass. They'd be burned alive. Contrary to Anuin's suggestion, I am in favor of sending someone to kill the dragon, but I suggest a smaller party.
You?
What she means is that this is no mere drake, but a fully grown dragon, and one that has willingly moved into a populated area. You'll want every advantage at your disposal, including...
Oh, how pleasant.
The chill of Rimagon's oblivion, the mindless beast.
The work of a moment. The work of a moment.
Right.
What brings you here?
troubled spirits surround us. Let's go. Let's go. Settle. Let's go.
I'll take a look.
Classic cruelty. Say how religion.
Not even.
Let's go.
Of course.
Let's go.
Can't get a good shot with this.
They really love burning people.
Grith ul... Grith ulikda!
Can't get a good shot with this.
Sure.
this on now. Alright. Okay, what do we have to tab?
When you get to the bottom, holler up here. Let me know if it's safe.
Summoning your courage, you took a leap of faith into the pit at the summit of the burial isle. The fall seemed to take ages, but then, all at once, the ground rushed to meet you and end your
Yeah.
life.
I need to get a God's favor before I can do that. Duh. Which is why I had to kill the two people. Yeah. Uh...
And I thought my mother-in-law's house was ominous.
Arensi has no right to defend that cowering cat in the back of the maw.
Then track her down and tell her yourself.
That reminds me. Where did you did I save that note?
Hail, Estramor. You hear this, Wag?
Relax, Anuin. I'm sure she meant nothing by it. Forgive.
Huh?
Where is that?
Yeah?
The figurine. It's glowing.
Lavaru. Lavaru beyond sea. Lavaru beyond sea. Lavaru beyond sea.
Hmm? Right.
Pre-in-game? Am I actually almost at the end of the game? Save.
And now the fun begins.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
Actually, let's try that again. Wait, I saved. Wrong one.
Sure.
And now the fun begins.
Vermin. I will protect my last hatchling to the death! And that death will be yours, rodent. And of the sky and all winged creatures, even my kind know of her. I came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood. So be it. Go then, and with my thanks.
Lava will be on seek!
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest, and the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger. Yes, and each should create wonders of commensurate value. What does a dragon create? Their might inspires countless songs and tales, and the span of their wings fills canvases across Aora. And you are one whose soul is filled with the same passionate energy. Indeed, you are the right person to end this tragedy. Yes, but not only to stop Theos, to undo the tragedy he has wrought. When you reach the Burial Isle, you will find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment, you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen. Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this, and I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
Alright.
What is it, Watcher? It stinks of her. It is justice, but if her greater purpose was to think Margren would fall prey to such deceit. And Aethys. Weidwin had always claimed to be invading Dyrwood to free it. What if it were true? What if he had come to stop Woodica's plot before it began? Surely Aethys earned his death at Godhammer Citadel, but not for those reasons. Not to keep him silent. If such a thing has brought about this chaos, must we always be tools of gods? If Woodica and Margren, if they are the cause of this, the Hollowborn, if the purges were never necessary, if Aethys was fighting back. No, I am glad to have walked. Perhaps it was what I was meant to see. All these dances of words and intrigues, machines of men, twisted, ripping the souls of children, and by the gods, the goddess of justice. If I could end her like Aethys, Margren burned her once. One can do so again. Woodica, she must answer to her own justice. Anyone with a shred of spirit seeks both justice and punishment. It burns in the heart of anyone who lives. All seek it. If the world does not balance, we all drown in the oceans. Is this some final joke at my expense? To test my faith further? And why would you think that, Watcher? If all you have are questions, that is all you have.
Huh?
Stop right there.
You're in the wrong city, Inquisitor.
Did you think you wouldn't be recognized here in your old home? I've seen your trials with my own eyes.
Suros, what are you doing?
An assassin sent by the Inquisition, my lady. Dare...
Surely this is some trick of my mind. I did not expect to see you again. I would like for you to stay here in our...
My lady Ivara, I beg of you. This is an Inquisitor. This is a desperate attempt on your life. The only way it can succeed is if you allow it to.
This is a missionary, same as I was, taught the wrong things as I was. If I can't have faith in one woman's ability to reason once she knows the truth, what hope do we have?
My lady,
That should make her less of a threat, wouldn't you agree? I have nothing to hide. We have many former missionaries here. They are our most loyal, our most helpful. Many have died for us. These are not people we should be turning away. And if the Inquisition wants my life, they can have it. But they know as well as I do that my cause will not die with me. Come. We have much to talk about.
Why, she's the goddess of song, art.
Aye, and in the screams of childbearing, which I can assure you is not so beauteous a thing.
This is true, which is why midwives are wise.
What kind of Estromor foolishness is this?
Auric's shadow. Any closer and you'll bleed out next to him. I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life. I was going to tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. how his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes. He must know that Masuk remembers him.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get...
Have you no respect? A great soul...
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Audra.
She slanders the Builders. You Estromoran are full of...
How may I help?
Lava beyond seek. Ulu said.
Sure.
Lava beyond.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hey.
On seek.
What?
How may I help?
No good. Legions are in for a...
Lava beyond seek.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Yeah?
Oh, what's this?
Lava. Rift Ulikda. Lava.
I tried to pet a Stelgar once. Similar outcome.
Right.
But I am here. What?
Do you remember when we were children, and the missionaries came to tell us about the gods? They told us we could see them in the stars. I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort because I wanted to see them better. That fort burned down a few years ago when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort. I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kraytum suffer on my behalf. I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kraytum is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. allies on a stronghold that can resist an invading army. Osionis. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
Another turn, Inquisitor. I ask again, Jovara Ixensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I hate religious fanatics. They have no place in this world. They really don't.
I confess to opening minds.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this?
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only my truth, then.
Another turn.
No!
You...
I'm ready.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Think I dislocated my... That's better.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
This place is cursed.
Have a moment to talk? A deer in the middle of Erd Glonfoth. But I'm glad I can bring this success back to Masuk. And perhaps Persak will return to us one day because of it. To be honest, the biggest relief is knowing that my journey was worthwhile. That finding Persak and carrying our village's story to him will strengthen our community and return his soul to us. I'm looking forward to being back in Masuk among my family and my people. But more than anything, I'm glad to finally understand the purpose behind these last 5 years. What do you think? Do you feel as though you understand the purpose behind your hunt for Theos? Those reasons can make all the difference. I hope they're useful to you. Anyway, Theos isn't getting any closer.
Yeah?
Let's see.
I'm on the trail.
Let's go!
That's unusual.
Lavaru beyond. Lavaru beyond sea.
No good. No good. Got him.
I shall deal with
No good.
La Faru, beyond.
No good.
La Faru, beyond. I'll have it in no time. I'll have it in no time. I'll have it in no time.
So my love returns to me at long last. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here? I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice. After all this time, he would still stand against the tide. I will tell you what I remember. I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true. That the gods aren't real.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
That doesn't seem possible.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people. They were conceived by Engwyth, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwythans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. The Engwythan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, They allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be. I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine. You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself as you once did.
I like our voice.
Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own. What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
Margren set a path for me. She is fickle and cruel, but that is how she teaches. You know nothing of the fires that have shaped me.
And what if the fires themselves were lies? Lies you told yourself to bridge the gap between experience and truth. What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of them.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. What if our burdens come to us not because they are meant to be, but because they happen to be?
They shape us all the same. It doesn't matter how I drew the small tooth, or even that Persock had become a deer. The task fell to me, and I completed it.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
And in the lives we create, is this not the essence of motherhood? To create, cherish, nurture, to give of yourself for the sake of another.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it? If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But There is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand. I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember? Boudica gifted him a great many things, but his ability to manipulate was always his own. Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because... Of all that I loved you for, it was your righteousness most of all. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who? I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made? I have always forgiven you. Though I didn't know your reason, I knew you. I knew we had had something wonderful once. Looking back at that has helped me through these many years. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know. In a matter of speaking, this is Breath Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Boudica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then. They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end. Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life, but that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right, the gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are. I could not say for sure, but you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. That's why he's always favored Woedica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woedica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours. Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again. I am grateful you came and found me here, no matter the circumstances. You're not exactly who you once were, I have to remind myself. But seeing you one last time, and remembering what we shared, brief as it was better than anything I dared hope for in this place. If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
All right.
Set on!
Shed no blood.
Don't even...
This thing isn't doing the job.
Set on!
Varu, be on seat!
struggled for thousands of years. We've been lied to. Our whole lives, and many lives before that. And it's led us to put our faith in a pantheon of gods that never deserved it in the first place. I'm surprised to hear you say this. It seems that much harm comes from imposing authority where perhaps none is needed. We've seen the atrocities that members of the Leaden Key have committed without even understanding why or for whom they act.
True.
For once, the half-souled elf is right. To live in ignorance is to allow the gods to have their way with us.
I've also been thinking. There won't be much left of Theos by the time you're done with him, if I know how you operate. That will leave the Leaden Key headless. Perhaps it's best it stays that way. Then let's face Theos. When this is all over, I'll make sure that no one is able to commit his abuses again. Yes?
Huh?
I'll see what I can find.
These ruins, like a great grave for a soul. Huh?
Couldn't save it.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah? Look at the size of this place.
Many spirits stir here, edged with anger, violence.
Can you do that again? I had something in my eye. I missed most of it.
Alright, now... Sapient. And it was 2 hours, that's good. Stay safe while next time we'll see about if we actually get close to finishing the main story. Until next time.